There are years that pass quietly, almost politely, leaving behind only routine, old conversations, and the same familiar faces. And then there are years like 2026 years that do not ask for permission before changing everything. This is the kind of year that can bring a love so real, so undeniable, that it rearranges your plans, your habits, your address, and sometimes even your understanding of who you are. For some, this meeting will happen after disappointment, after silence, after a long season of pretending that being fine was enough. For others, it will arrive when they least expect romance at all, after divorce, after widowhood, after years devoted to work, children, duty, or simply survival. That is the great secret of destiny. It does not care how old you are, how cautious you have become, or whether you have already told yourself that that chapter is over. Real love does not consult the calendar before it enters your life. In 2026, 7 zodiac signs will feel something rare begin to move beneath the surface. It may start as restlessness, a strange pull toward a certain place, a chance message, a trip that seems unimportant at first, a new job, a delayed train, a friend's invitation, a decision to finally leave someone who has been emotionally absent for far too long. And suddenly, what looked like an ordinary month becomes the month everything begins. For some of you, this soulmate connection will not be soft and convenient. It may ask for courage. It may expose the relationship you have outgrown. It may force you to admit that being tolerated is not the same as being loved. It may push you to choose yourself for the first time in years, and exactly there, on the other side of that brave decision, destiny will be waiting. A soulmate is not always the person who arrives to make life easier. Sometimes it is the person who makes life truer, the one whose presence wakes you up, the one who looks at you and sees not the role you play for others, but the person you were meant to become. In 2026, 7 signs will meet that kind of love. Not a flirtation, not a distraction, not a half-hearted story, a turning point, a before and after. And if your sign is here, read slowly, because 1 month in May 2026 hold the meeting you will remember for the rest of your life. Taurus, July. July will be the month when your heart remembers that stability and passion are not enemies. You may meet this person while traveling, visiting relatives, taking a summer course, or simply stepping outside your usual circle. The energy around your love story feels warm, faded, and deeply physical, as if the universe will make sure you notice each other immediately. For some Taurus natives, this meeting comes at a very sensitive time, when you are already beginning to question a relationship that has become dry, mechanical, or emotionally one-sided. What makes this connection so powerful is that it will not feel like temptation, it will feel like truth. That is what will shake you. This person will not need to chase you with grand speeches. Their sincerity, calm strength, and ability to listen will do something more dangerous. They will make you feel safe enough to be honest. And once you are honest, you will not be able to return to a life that no longer fits. Some Taurus people will realize that they have stayed too long where affection turned into habit. Others will suddenly feel ready to move, change cities, or begin again in a place they once feared. July opens a golden doorway for you. Walk through it. Your soulmate will not arrive to destroy your life, only to end the version of it that has been starving your heart. Cancer, October. October carries your destined meeting, Cancer, and it may happen when you are least interested in starting over. You may be tired, protective, focused on family matters, health, work, or simply trying to hold your world together. But love in 2026 does not enter your life through fantasy, it enters through emotional recognition. You will meet someone whose presence feels strangely familiar, as if your soul notices them before your mind does. This can happen through a home-related change, a family celebration, a move, a renovation, or even through someone who helps you during a vulnerable moment. The timing is exquisite because by October, you will be more honest with yourself than you were at the start of the year. For many Cancers, this soulmate meeting will expose the loneliness inside a current bond. You may have a partner, yet still feel unseen. You may have spent years carrying emotional weight for two people. Then suddenly, one conversation with the right person shows you what mutual tenderness actually feels like. That revelation will be impossible to forget. This connection is gentle, but do not mistake gentle for weak. It will have the strength to change your decisions. Some of you will leave a stale relationship. Some will choose a new home, a new city, or a quieter but truer life. October is not about drama, it is about emotional certainty. And once you feel it, you will know, this is the love that was worth waiting for. Virgo, March. March will bring your meeting, Virgo, and it will begin with something small: a conversation, a recommendation, a work detail, a message answered at the right moment. Yet do not underestimate subtle beginnings. Your soulmate does not come into your life like chaos. They come like clarity. You are one of the signs most likely to meet this person when your practical life is already shifting. A new job, a change in schedule, paperwork, study, relocation planning, or a professional collaboration. At first, you may try to explain away the chemistry. You may call it coincidence, admiration, or good timing, but the truth will keep returning, stronger each week. What makes this meeting unforgettable is that the person you are destined for will not be impressed by your perfection. They will be touched by your softness, the part of you rarely show. Around them, you will not feel pressured to perform competence every second. You will feel understood in the spaces between words. For some Virgo natives, March becomes the beginning of a brave exit from a relationship where you have been useful but not cherished. For others, it becomes the month you say yes to a trip, a move, or a bold life choice you would once have called irresponsible. But this time, your heart will know better than your fear. March brings not a reckless love, but a precise one, the kind that arrives at exactly the right time and changes your future with quiet certainty. Libra. June is your month, Libra, and it arrives with that delicious combination of beauty, surprise, and destiny that your sign secretly lives for. This love story may begin in a social setting, a celebration, a creative event, a mutual friends gathering, a cultural trip, or even online through a connection that quickly becomes real. There is something magnetic and immediate here, but unlike your past attractions, this one will not leave you guessing. The right person in 2026 will not enjoy keeping you emotionally hungry. They will make their interests known, and that alone may feel revolutionary after everything you have tolerated from people who liked your light but never planned to stay. For some Libras, this meeting will arrive while you are standing at a painful crossroads. You may be involved with someone who has become passive, distant, or selfishly comfortable. June brings a mirror. Through the eyes of your soulmate, you will suddenly see how much of yourself you have been shrinking to keep an old connection alive. And once you see it, the old illusion begins to collapse. This is the kind of month that can lead to a breakup, a major move, or a sudden decision to choose passion over politeness. Do not be surprised if this person comes from another city, another country, or a completely different background than the one you expected. That is part of the magic. Your soulmate in June will not fit your old script, they will write a better one. Scorpio. November is the month that changes everything for you, Scorpio. Not politely, not gradually, but with the kind of emotional intensity that makes the rest of the year look like a long introduction. Your soulmate may appear through travel, legal matters, education, online communication, or a situation connected with distance, another city, another country, another culture, another way of living. This is not the kind of connection you can keep in a safe little box. From the first real conversation, you will feel that this person is not here to entertain you for a season. They are here to wake up the part of you that has been surviving on crumbs while pretending you wanted solitude. For some Scorpios, this meeting will happen after a painful realization. The relationship you are in has already ended emotionally, even if no one has said it out loud yet. You may have stayed because of loyalty, fear, children, money, or habit. But November will not let you keep sleeping inside a life that no longer loves you back. Your soulmate will not seduce you with empty promises. What will shake you is their depth, their directness, the way they seem to look straight into the rooms of your heart that others were afraid to enter. And suddenly, all your old emotional defenses will feel too small for what is trying to reach you. This month may bring a dramatic decision, a breakup, a move, a bold confession, a passport stamped for a place you never imagined calling home. Yes, it is intense. Yes, it may cost you the comfort of the familiar. But what enters your life in November is worth more than comfort. It is truth. It is recognition. It is the kind of love that does not ask you to become smaller to be accepted. If your sign is Scorpio, pay attention to November, because one encounter then could become the story by which you measure all other stories for the rest of your life. Capricorn. May carries your soulmate meeting, Capricorn, and it may surprise you precisely because it arrives when you are busy being responsible, productive, and emotionally self-contained. You are not the sign that easily surrenders to romantic fantasy. You like evidence, consistency, reliability. You want to know that what begins has somewhere real to go. That is why the universe sends you this meeting not as chaos, but as undeniable presence. This person may enter through work, a financial decision, a property matter, a practical errand, or a project that seems ordinary on the surface. Yet from the beginning, there will be something extraordinary in how natural it feels to stand near them, speak with them, imagine a life with them. For many Capricorns, the deeper story of 2026 is about leaving behind a connection that has become emotionally vacant. Perhaps someone stopped trying long ago. Perhaps you kept giving because that is what you do, hoping loyalty would eventually repair what love no longer touched. But in May, you will see the difference between being needed and being cherished. And once you feel that difference in your body, you will never be able to unfeel it. Your soulmate will bring calm, yes, but also desire, respect, curiosity, and the rare sensation that you do not have to earn affection through sacrifice. Some of you will make serious life changes after this meeting. A move for love, a shared plan, a new home, a new country, a different future than the one you had carefully built in your mind. And yet what is beautiful here is that this love will not ruin your structure, it will finally give it a heartbeat. May reminds you that destiny does not always come dressed in drama. Sometimes it comes as the right person at the right time, and suddenly the walls around your heart become a door. Pisces August. August is your month, Pisces, and it may feel as if life suddenly becomes more cinematic, more symbolic, more alive. But do not mistake this for illusion. What comes to you in August is not a fantasy sent to distract you. It is a soulmate connection sent to anchor you in a love that feels both magical and real. You may meet this person near water, during a vacation, through art, healing, spirituality, music, friends, or after agreeing to a trip you almost refused. There is something poetic about this meeting, as if the universe arranges the lighting, the timing, and even the emotional atmosphere so that you will remember the moment forever. Yet beneath the beauty, there is substance. This person will not just enchant you, they will choose you. For some Pisces natives, this meeting arrives after a long season of accepting too little. You may have loved someone who gave you confusion instead of commitment, distance instead of devotion, mixed signals instead of peace. August breaks that old spell. It shows you what it feels like when affection is clear, when presence is steady, when tenderness does not disappear the moment you need it most. That realization alone may change the course of your life. Some of you will leave a relationship that has been draining you in silence. Others will find the courage to relocate, begin again, or open your heart after years of believing that your deepest love story had already passed you by. But here is the truth, Pisces. Your greatest love story may not be behind you at all. It may be waiting in August, hidden inside one invitation, one conversation, one unexpected yes. This soulmate will not ask you to dim your sensitivity or apologize for how deeply you feel. They will love you there, exactly there, in the part of you that others called too much only because they were too shallow to understand it. August brings destiny with a pulse. When it arrives, trust it. And that is the secret of 2026 for these 7 signs. Love will not come only to the young, the fearless, or the already free. It will come to those who are brave enough to recognize it, to those who stop confusing loneliness with loyalty, to those who understand that starting over is not failure, it is sometimes the holiest decision a heart can make. If your sign appeared in this horoscope, remember the month written for you. Circle it, feel it, watch the small coincidences around it. Because somewhere in 2026, for 7 signs, fate is no longer asking whether you are ready. It is simply bringing the person who was written into your story long before you knew how to wait for them.